Hey, hey! Zoe here, and I'm back today, finally, with part 2 of my Scraptastic Kit Club review. Finally! Oh! Yes, finally. It's taken me, oh my gosh, like 5 weeks, I think, to kill this kit. I'm not through any fault of the kit, I'll say that now. Various things with being ill and my commitments to other things just meant that I've been dragging my heels on this one completely, so it's taken forever, and I will be honest, I have enough scraps left here that I could easily make 3 if not 4 layouts still, but I'm so beyond done. I've been on this forever. I am so ready to move on. So and I've killed all the embellishments. So yeah, for once I'm going to call this done with quite a few scraps left, which is a bit naughty, but I'm sure you'll forgive me because, you know, I need to kill the other kits to get them up pretty simply. So I have a bunch of scraps there, which I definitely could make 3, probably 4 layouts out of. So yeah, I have used up quite a lot of the thickers, but definitely there's still some vowels left there, so there's definitely words that I can still make there. So I'll just incorporate those into my stash because black thickers are incredibly useful anyway. I have the stencil, obviously, which I will just incorporate into my stash. It's a lovely stencil, so I'm quite happy to keep hold of that one. And embellishment wise, I really killed it. I really did. Look. Oh, if I can get them out of the thing, which clearly I cannot. I only have 4 pieces from the ephemera pack. 4! I never kill the ephemera pack, ever. But I did this time, and I'm really happy with that. I will just incorporate those into my stash. They're pretty useful pieces that I'm sure I will use up at some point. I have 1 of the die cut words, which you can see I roughly added some colour onto, but I didn't actually end up using that one. I have 1 of the paper clips. I'm probably just going to throw that into my planner and use it that way. And I have 3 of the die cut labels that didn't get used. Again, I'll just incorporate them into my stash. No fuss, no nothing. I'm pretty happy with how much of the embellishments I used. So yeah, I'll show you what I made here. I actually made 4 layouts, which if you, sorry, no, I didn't make 4 layouts, that would be ridiculous. I made 7 layouts, which if you watch my other Kill the Kits, you'll know that's actually not very many for me. But as I said, I was ready to move on, so I'm going to accept that I only made 7, and yeah, try not to be too upset about that. Many of my layouts have these big love-based titles because I wanted to use up these huge love title word things. So I did. That's just one of me and my, sorry, no, it's just one of my youngest son. Gosh, I am all over the place this morning. My goodness me. And I used up the origami acrylic pieces there, which I loved. As ever, I supplemented the stash, the kit with white cardstock. I always do that. Just because it makes a kit go further. It's one of me and my husband, just called Giant Hug, because as you can see from this photo, I am tiny. I am teeny tiny. I am a teeny tiny person. I am barely 5 foot tall, and my husband is 6'4", which is yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. And we always look really bizarre when we're photographed stood next to each other. So I wanted to make a little joke about that. And you can see I've just layered the ephemera behind the photo there. Nothing too tricky with that one. This one I have a process video for, so I will link that below. And I used up a bunch of the ephemera on this one, but I won't say too much about it because as I say, I'll link up the process video if you want to see how I made this one and put this one together. That's just my daughter. The next one is a rather self-indulgent one of me, and it is so sparkly. So sparkly. I used a bit of mixed media on this one, just with some embossing paste, coloured embossing paste, and whilst it was still wet I used embossing powder over the top and then let it dry, and once dry I melted the embossing powder to create this lovely sparkly embossed look behind it. I did have a process video for this one, but my phone ate it, which was incredibly annoying, but I will use this technique again and make another process video. So yeah, that's just a layered self-indulgent one of me. This one is myself and my daughter, just a really simple one using some of the ephemera, and again that love vellum lettering, just really simple, nothing complex there, just layered onto some tissue paper and some of the patterned paper. My son and my daughter, choosing up some of the papers, and again papers for layering there. Again, nothing particularly tricky. I will admit, as much as I loved this kit, I think the attention to detail on this kit and the colouring was just beautiful. It's not really me, which is why a lot of these layouts are not really what I would usually make, but I'm quite happy with them anyway. It's nice to do something a little bit different. With this one I was down to my last 2 pieces of cardstock, so I love this paper, I really do, but it is so busy. So I decided to use this wood veneer grid from my stash to anchor the photo and to centre it, to make it less busy on the background and to give it some grounding on that background. And then I layered onto the craft to again anchor the wood veneer, which I think worked quite well. It's a very simple one, and you can see it's layered quite far off the page there, but it's a very simple one and I really like it, and I just did the journaling around the outside there. So yeah, I did enjoy this kit, I did. I think they're really good value for money, and although I had a little customer service blip with what I ordered, I certainly would recommend them because they are really beautiful kits, and obviously you get the choice of 2 kits when you subscribe. You can choose either of the 2 mains on any given month, which is a really good draw, so you can choose which one you prefer. So yeah, I mean I would recommend them, definitely, and I'm glad I got to try them. So I will include the links down below, and obviously all the details over on my blog as ever. I'll take some flat shots and have those at the end of this video. So thank you ever so much for watching, and hopefully it won't be too long until I've got the next killer kit up. Thanks again, bye!